Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we will be changing foot pegs on the Tenere 700. More specifically, I'm going to be changing them for a set of lowered Bosley pegs. So what I'm going to show is how to change them and how to get the brake lever and the shift lever lowered, because that's also necessary. Okay, hang in and let's get to work. What you'll need for the job are some pliers to just make things easier, a 12 and a 10mm key, a flathead screwdriver, and a hammer, because everything's fixable with a hammer, as Jeremy Clarkson would say. So the process is extremely simple, but it can be a bit annoying. First you have to get this pin out, that's the annoying part. Then you take the shaft out, the spring, take the foot peg off and put the new one in. So one small tip before installing the peg itself, in this case it's the Bosley peg, you will see that the spring originally coming from this right side has this pin facing upwards and this pin attaching to the upper part of the bracket. What I did is just change the spring from the other side. Why? So this little pin is at the bottom and this pin here is at the bottom of the bracket. The reason for that, I think that is better, is because when we were going to ride, if you accidentally step on the top here, this pin might fall off. If it's at the bottom, it can't. So consider that. So this is the finished product. So if you are not satisfied with the original spring, I suggest you go with the KTM one. I'm gonna link the part number down below. Their one is a bit beefier, it maybe fits a bit better as well, so you decide for yourself, but I'm sticking with this one. So if you look a bit closer, you can see that now the brake lever sits higher than the peg, and that's not good. It would be ideal if they were lined up perfectly. So that's why we're gonna lower this one by fiddling around with some screws. And the same goes for the other side, just with the shift lever. So lowering the shift lever is a very straightforward process. What you do is unbolt these two bolts. The good thing is they unbolt into this in the same direction. And then you rotate this whole rod, which is going to move the shift lever. Now what would be ideal is to have the shift lever in the same height as the foot peg. At least that's what it comes as stock. That, in my case, is not possible because the frame of the lever is going to hit the framing of the foot peg. So let me show you this up close. If you can see, there's this small tooth hanging out right in there. And the shift lever right about misses it right now. But if I would put the lever any lower, as you can see, it hits it. And that means that you cannot shift properly. So make sure that the gears, yeah, still hits it, still a bit higher. All right, now it just about misses it. So this is the lowest that I can go, or probably you too, since we have the same bike. Now the solution to how to get the shift lever even lower is to Dremel off this little piece, so this frame part does not bump into it. I'm not going to be doing that, because then the next concern arises: will the rod be too short? Will it run out of thread? I don't know. So I'm going to keep it like this. I'm satisfied. Once you're happy with the shift lever position, just tighten these two bolts back. Don't over tighten them since they're very small. Now for the brake lever, the same thing applies as for the shift lever. What we want to do is bring it to the same height as the foot peg. At least that's what it comes as factory. To do that, you have to unbolt the black bolt here below the brake cylinder. You do that with a 12mm wrench. And then you'll see a silver bolt above it, with which you adjust the height of the brake lever. You just rotate it into the direction that you want to, and that's gonna lower or rise the brake lever. Once you find the right position for yourself, tighten the black screw back down. Don't over tighten this one as well, because it's not a big bolt. And now what's left to do is to adjust the brake light. It's a very simple job to do. I've seen in many forums people are wondering if you have to take the whole bracket off, but don't do this because this is a part of the frame of the bike. If you're going to unbolt any of these bolts, you're going to have troubles putting it back together because this is holding the whole thing together. So what you do to adjust the brake light is you take the 10mm wrench and you find a screw that's here, that's from behind. Just unscrew it like this, and that is going to loosen up this spring that's located below as well. As you can see, if you push on it, it's going to move freely. So what you want to do now is give your bike contact. So the brake engages, the brake light engages. And now you can test as to how far back or how far forward you want your brake light to engage at. There's a specific tolerance number as to when it should engage. I'll have the exploded view posted up top right now. What I suggest you do is just unscrew it, push it several times so it jumps to its position where it feels most optimal at, and then just press the brake to see if it engages. If it works correctly, it's good. So as you can see by the reflection in the wall, it's working great. Now just tighten back the bolt. Just again, don't over tighten it, and that's it. So that wraps it up for today. If you have any questions, make sure to leave those down in the comment section. What follows is a review of these lowered specs and a little buying guide for you to help you choose correctly. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content like this, and till next week. Bye.